Gravity Films.
Yeah,
We got another interview.
yeah.
Let us know who we have here.
Who we have here is Kelo, Kelo.
Okay, okay. So, since it's our first interview, tell the people exactly where you're from.
Yeah, tell the people where I'm from. I'm originally from Bedford, Virginia, small town in between like Lynchburg, Roanoke. But I moved out Newport News at like 15, so I've been in the 7-5 ever since. So Virginia, bro, big Virginia.
Damn. So
Yeah.
you said in between Lynchburg and Roanoke.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is between living out here and there? Because when I go out like Roanoke, there's a whole bunch of mountains. Like I feel like people in Virginia wouldn't know, like especially in the 757, they wouldn't know that it's so much different. Like what's the word
Terrain.
for it? The terrain.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different terrain. Like the
Yeah.
mountains out there look beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think the difference is?
Yeah, bro. Big difference. Not only the terrain, but the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I often say that Bedford, or that area definitely has like the best sunsets. I think it's a great place to retire. You feel me? That's where I'm from though. At the same time, so it is interesting. Like I ain't even know as much about the 7-5 when I was there. Until I moved out here. You know what I mean? Like I had been to the beach like once or twice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, it ain't like I was traveling a lot as a kid, but a lot of people in Virginia, I think, would benefit to just see the different places of Virginia because it's different opportunities, different ways to do different things in different areas. So, but the 7-5 definitely got a more diverse audience, more stuff to do, better attractions. You know what I'm saying? More opportunity, essentially, for what I'm trying to do. I would say.
Yeah, because I feel like that side is like some hillbilly type shit. Like, you go to no disrespect to people out Roanoke, but I mean they might take it as disrespect, but fuck it. But I see it like it's on like hillbilly shit. Like like even when I went to Roanoke, I went to the mountains out of Roanoke, and I was going into like different places and just hearing them talk. I was like, damn, this really sound like the Amanda show. Like it's time for a hillbilly moment.
I don't even know as much about the Amanda show, but I heard the hillbilly moment. I mean, it's definitely rednecks out there, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? It's country, you know what I'm saying? So even in some of my music, I lose to being young country nigga, like, because that's just how I was raised, bro. But my pop's from Jersey, so, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Bedford, but I had a different dynamic of city in me, too, you know what I'm saying? Even though we was rural. But, yeah, it's definitely a lot of, hicks, rednecks, country, farms. Like my high school, bro, it's a farm beside the school. You go down the hill, up the hill. You on the farm.
You got some cows right there.
Yeah, dead ass. So you pass the cows, and then it's the parking lot for the school.
Yeah, for sure. I know y'all got cows. You got what else y'all got out there?
Exactly.
Your horses.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful out there.
It's definitely beautiful.
Yeah.
And I would say it's easier to make a big impact in a small town. You know what I'm saying? So you can really
take over your town.
Take over the market. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I have plans to go back and do different things, but it's like. Bedford itself, you know what I'm saying, is a town. It's not even a city. So it's like
what is the difference between the town and the city? I always wondered that, like, because they used to say that town and city in school. I'd be like, what the fuck is the difference?
I think it's the amount of people. Yeah, okay. Like I want to say it's like definitely less than 20,000 people in Bedford, without a doubt. I don't know why
less
I want to say
20,000.
Like 6 to 8,000, but I don't think that's right per se. I know it's Bedford County, then it's Bedford, the town of Bedford.
Okay.
The town of Bedford, bro, my graduating class was like 200-300 people. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what was it like growing up out there?
What was it like growing up out there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like hood? Was it, you know what I'm saying, were you shooting squirrels on the side of the road since you said it was country and shit?
Crazy.
What was it like?
Right. Niggas was definitely hunting. I mean, I know niggas that hunt to this day. I don't really hunt that much no more, but I have before. But what's it like growing up in Bedford? It's interesting, bro, because you have almost like a certain type of white person. You know what I mean? Like Northern Virginia white person might be a little different than Central, like Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but Western Virginia. White person, like they're closer to like redneck hillbilly. They got some of them got money, some of them poor whites. You know what I'm saying? So you are kind of like the black people stick together. You know what I'm saying? It's a small town. Everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in everybody's business. You know what's going on. Like everybody at the games. You know what I'm saying? So it's tighter, but it's not a lot to do, bro. Like Bedford, niggas used to go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like no mall. You know what I'm saying? The closest mall is like 35 minutes away. Yeah, Walmart. Like
was that in Roanoke, the mall?
No, the mall was the mall in Roanoke is an hour away from Bedford.
Okay,
the mall in Lynchburg, which is not the best mall in the world at all, is like 30 minutes out the road. But I mean, it's easy to get in trouble, bro. It's easy to have kids. Ain't nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, it was kind of like, I don't know. I just wanted to get outside of Bedford. I was like, this can't be the world, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's beautiful. But for me, I want to be around a more diverse audience, something with more culture, more movement towards what I'm trying to do. So, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting because you said, like, it's a different type of white people. I think people that are from the 757 may not realize that, like, because we may see, or black people, or, you know, I'm not going to speak for every black person, but we may see white people like, okay, they rich, they got money and stuff.
Right.
But you go to the western part of Virginia, and it's like, oh, nah, they, like, you know what I'm saying? It's other white people that's down bad, too. You know what I mean? So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So let me ask this, though. What was your household like? Were you in a religious household? Were you in a strict household? Did your household not give a fuck? Like, what was it?
So I lived with my mom and my steppops, like pretty much my whole life. My dad, like my biological father, had visitation. You know what I'm saying? But I usually live with him through the summer, weekends. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's my mom, my stepdad, and then I would visit my pops on the weekends and stuff like that. But you know, different type of interactions going on between my mom and my dad, you know what I'm saying, custody battles, stuff like that. So it was interesting. But for the most part, I was with my mom and my step-pops. I've lived in North Carolina with my dad before. I lived in Jersey with my pops. And my pops was locked up for a good amount of time. So that changed the dynamic a little bit too. But yeah, me, my younger brother, younger sister, lived with my mom, my step-pops. And then my pops, it was my other brother, my other sister, living with him. So it was kind of dynamic.
Most definitely. So obviously, I would assume that you were closer with your mom than your step-pops, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What about women did you learn from your mom?
Man, asking good questions, man. Gravity Films. You need them questions asked. What I learned about women from my mom, that word is bond with women. You know, you got to be careful what you say because you might say something.
They take it to heart.
And they take it to heart, or you don't really understand the weight of what you're saying. So not only that, but when you do say something, and my last name Bonds, bro. So like that's big to me. And yeah, that's definitely something I learned from my mom. I vividly remember when she told me this shit because I had lied to her about something. You know what I'm saying?
So what is she? Okay, explain that.
I don't know what I lied about, but I was doing something I must not have been supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I was trying to play it off. And she was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she knew what it was.
Your word is your bond. Your word is your bond. Like, that's your last name. And when you say something, that needs to be what happened. You know what I'm saying? If it can't happen, you need to say that. You know what I mean? And just be careful what you say, in particular about, you know, where you say it, how you say it. So.
Would you say that's something that you learned about women, or that's something that she taught you about, like, manhood or just life or being a good person?
I think that goes to manhood, but I think that for women, often or most look for and need security. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know, a good woman won't look for security and stuff like money and stuff like that. But your word as a man, if you can give a woman your word that, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it's gonna happen, and it happens, she gonna feel secure. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. Like, you don't gotta, you know, because nowadays, bro, you take away the internet, you take away the money, some of these dudes ain't gonna be okay with the women. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they got. You know what I'm saying? It's Montclair coats, and you know what I'm saying. But like
Montclair coats, and goddamn
your word more important than that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
So, because you said something like, if you took away people, I mean, a lot of these dudes' money
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, then they wouldn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think women like want money? Like, is that a thing, or you say like you think they want security more so?
Do I think women want money or security? More so.
Or like, what's the truth of it? Like,
Right.
because they said a lot of people say that girls just want a nigga with money, they want a nigga with a name, they want a nigga that blah 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 blah. Like, what's the truth of it? What do you think? Like,
I mean,
girls really want?
I think that at the
Generalized.
core, at the core of it, I think women want the money. I mean, not the money. See, looks crazy. At the core of it, I think the women want the security, but I do think that what they consume, like media wise, what they listening to, what they seeing,
Doubt.
what's in our culture is it's a lot of self hate and doubt, and so that security that they're looking for might be with the money. Or it might be with, you know what I'm saying, somebody that can make them feel like they live in a life that they're not really in, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, in the same hand, how much have we respected our women to make them feel valued enough by our word and by what we doing versus money, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like...
Because that lasts longer.
Right. But if 1 in every 3 niggas is locked up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They probably got locked up for one of two things, you know what I'm saying? Drugs, something, crime, whatever, which probably brought them money, you know what I'm saying? The nigga that's left, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I ain't a woman. I don't really know what they looking for. But it does seem like this younger generation, bro, is very, very, like, geeked out, burnt out on this social media. He got a bag. I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. Fly me out. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homegirls type stuff. But it's still real women out there, I just feel like.
It's definitely real women. It's a lot of real women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the thing I think people don't realize. A girl that may not have been real for one man may be real for another man based on how that man treats her.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you could get two different women. Like, you ever be around a woman that just don't like a guy's energy, and she like negative, necessarily disrespectful, but she's like just creeped out. You know what I mean? Or like one guy might come up to her, and he may have creepy energy, and she just like detest it.
Yeah.
But another guy might come up to her, and she might like be open to his energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just two different girls you may get.
That's a fact. And I'm not saying that. Even to like the men too, like you don't necessarily gotta have a bag, quote unquote, to, find a good woman. You know what I'm saying?
Ambition.
Right, yeah. You gotta have ambition, like you said. Confidence, bro. That's really all it is. Because it's like if I'm going up to a shorty and I'm trying to talk to her, I already know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So whether or not, no matter how this go, I'm still gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but a lot of people ain't like that, I guess.
How do you think men, so how do you think they would develop that? Like, say if they don't have that confidence.
Men or women?
I'm saying
reps.
Like,
reps.
Repetition.
How do you develop confidence? How did I develop confidence? Honestly, just through trying stuff that was uncomfortable to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like public speaking, bro. The more you do it, eventually, like, you're going to get better at it. I met somebody one time. I don't know who it was, but they said that they were trying to work on their confidence and just how they speak to people. So they said as they're walking around, every person that they make eye contact with, they speak to them no matter what, just to get themselves out of their shell. So when I say reps, I'm talking about like,
no, it's
can't
really
stay in the house.
It's really reps though, because if you compare it to like you being in the gym, right? At first you like, man, I'm not gonna be this nigga that's on the wall, and you know what I'm saying, the guy that's in the magazines. Yeah. But you keep going every day. Yeah. You keep working on the same thing. You keep working on your arms. You keep working on your abs. Eventually, and your diet. Right. Eventually, you may not be the guy on the wall, but you be way further than where you were.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the truth. I think that's how you build confidence. You have to be able to be uncomfortable.
That's a fact.
In those situations.
That's a fact. Definitely got to be uncomfortable.
So we talked about what you learned from your mom about women. What did you learn from your stepdad?
What I learned from my stepdad about women?
Well, not necessarily about women, or it could be just about life, like, or about manhood.
Well, I learned from my stepdad. I feel like I learned that the right things in life, you'll make sacrifices for it. Pretty much. You'll sacrifice, anything if it's for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, and as long as it don't make detriment to you. But definitely that you'll sacrifice things for something you want. I think that's the lesson that sticks out the most to me. For real. Yeah.
Most definitely. So you say your dad was locked up for a while.
Yeah.
Did you ever yearn for a relationship with your dad? Like, did you have a relationship with your dad?
Yeah, I definitely had a relationship with my dad. I mean, my dad got locked up. I was probably like 12, 13. I mean, he had been locked up before, but I definitely had a relationship with my dad. But again, the custody battles, the relationship between him and my mom didn't always help my relationship with me and my dad. You know what I'm saying? So at a younger age, I felt like I had a more active relationship. But as we got older, things changed. But I feel like looking back, reflecting, I don't got no kids, bro. God is good. But I feel like they did what they could do. You know what I'm saying? So I do.
You don't really harbor any resentment or.
I try not to. Yeah. I definitely try not to. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel any type of way about any. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my pops was locked for 7 years. So from the time I was about to go to high school to the time I graduated college, pretty much, my pops was locked up. But I feel like he did what he could. I couldn't imagine, you know what I'm saying, being in that type of situation. I don't even have kids. So, I definitely had a relationship with my pops, even while he was locked up too. You know what I'm saying? We had the best relationship we could have. So, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, how did you? What sparked your love for music? You know what I mean? Was your mom playing music around the house? Was your stepdad playing music around the house, or your dad, or what sparked that?
I think it's a combination of everybody, bro. My family. Music is big to our culture in general.
For sure.
So a lot of times music could change the complete mood of whatever was going on. You know what I'm saying? When the music come on, everybody on the same page. The music is, a vibe. I remember probably like second grade, bro, we ride around listening to the radio, bro. At that time, bro, I knew every single song on the radio.
Facts.
Like, bro, I knew every song.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then I know I got in the choir when I was probably like 6, 7. My grandma put me in the choir. But like, I just been around music, bro. My uncle does music to this day. You know what I'm saying? My dad sings, my aunt sings. You know what I'm saying? Music's just around, bro. My stepdad thought he was a rapper at one time, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I used to go to the studio with him and his brother, you know what I mean, at their crib type, you know what I'm saying, listening to them trying to make music. So what I think sparked it for me, bro, was just being around it. Being around it for real. And then understanding that I was good at it. So
Most definitely. Do you feel like most artists or most individuals that decide to be artists are kind of weird?
Are kind of weird. I think everybody weird unless you conform completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you conform, you weird. Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah, everybody weird. I think weird just got a taboo around it.
For sure.
But yeah, bro, I think you have to.
Or what do you think? Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because I do feel like everybody is weird in a way, but I feel like when you decide to be an artist, it's usually because, in my opinion, it's usually because you're trying to express something that you don't normally express like out in the open. You know what I'm saying? So you put it through your music or you put it through your art. You're trying to express something like you're introspecting. You know what I mean? Like, cause I went to this exhibit. I think it was Escher, and he had an exhibit at the Chrysler Museum.
Usher?
Escher.
Escher? I don't know Escher.
MC Escher. I think that's what his artist name is.
It don't even matter.
But basically, like he was very like influential and revolutionary. Word. And I was going around like in different exhibits, and the girl I was with, I was telling her, I was like, this guy had to be like a loner. because this shit that I was saying, it looked like it took forever to make. Like he didn't have a life.
Artist. He was an artist.
He was artist.
Got you.
He was artist. Yeah, so like the paintings and the shit that he was making,
crazy details.
It was crazy detail. I'm like, this guy did not have a life, but he probably didn't care.
Yeah,
he was probably like he was into himself.
Yeah.
Do you think all artists are like that?
I was
to certain degrees.
I say no because all artists today probably don't take the artist serious as I do, right? So,
but are they really artists?
Right? Are they really artists? That's another question. That ain't what you asked. Do I feel like artists today are kind of introspective? I mean,
or not introspective, but like, okay, say you're a real artist. Yeah. You think that's what comes with it?
I mean, I do think art is a pure form of expression. I do think that people who partake in art often have something to express. I do think that the best artists are people who may be expressing themselves through the art in a way that other people can relate to it, or it may be, something that only they deal with, but it sounds great. You know what I'm saying? So I do think everybody has some sort of element to them that reflects on themselves. But artistry today is just a lot different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot different because everybody isn't, I guess, in it for the business side of it. Like, some people just want to be an artist. You know what I mean? Not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, if you want to just do it for the art, that's what's up. But, like, I'm not just doing it for the art. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build wealth off of this and sustain
most definitely
until the world ends. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Because, you think about artists in the past, right?
Yeah.
They had investors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Da Vinci had investors, and you know what I'm saying, all these artists in the past had investors where their investor was making money off of it. Now, if you can separate that in your mind to where you're the artist, and then after you create the art, you can be that other person, the investor or the person, the marketer or whatever, then I think that's a great thing. Somebody's gonna make money off of it,
right? Yeah,
you know what I mean. Why not you?
Right. Yeah. Unless you have a bad product, that's the only way I feel like you can't make money.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people only look at these streams.
I think you may even make money with a bad product too.
Well, here's the thing.
Soulja Boy made money.
Soulja Boy made money. Here's the thing. My
you know what I'm saying?
my homeboy, my business partner, he has a brand called Good Garments. Good Garments 131 is a clothing, urban lifestyle brand. This bucket hat, that's Good Garments. That's this the Kelo collab with the Good Garments. Anyways, just like you said, bad products are still selling. He has a hat called The Men Still Selling. It's The Men Still Selling trucker hat. And say hella profits on the back. Because niggas smoke mid every day. So it's like, it's the fact of
what's available.
Or if a medium grade product can still sell, like a Gildan t-shirt, what's your excuse for not making money in the land of opportunity, nigga? Like, niggas sell mid every day.
That's a fact. Niggas love Gildan too.
The men still selling.
Or not love Gildan, but niggas will buy some Gildan. I can't do it no more, but you know what I'm saying? Niggas,
just don't dry it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
you know what I'm saying? It's like, you dry that motherfucker one time. It's over.
Done. It's done.
It's over.
It's done. Next level or better. You know what I'm saying? You get the Bella Canvas, the next level.
Right. I like the Bella Canvas. The Bella Canvas don't shrink like that for real. Yeah. I like they're a little thinner, but I like that type style. They got a nice arm sleeve fit. I like the Bella Canvas. That was the first t-shirt that I started doing.
Started printing on.
Yeah, I like the Bella Canvas a lot.
Yeah.
I still use them every now and then.
Yeah, I'm a next level guy. I love the next levels. You can rewatch them shits 1,000 times. Yeah. They're going to still stay fitted.
And then I learned about the screen printer, you know what I'm saying? And how the wash with the screen printer to give it a vintage look versus the vinyl probably just going to crack.
Oh, yeah. Vinyl definitely, yeah. Most definitely. Screen printing is that's an art in itself. You know what I mean? You got the screens, then you got the emotion. You got to put it on a certain light for a certain amount of time and stuff like that. Screen printing is definitely dope. Yeah. I don't even know how we got on screen printing.
We was talking about bad products.
Oh, bad product. Yeah, I think especially like you think about the radio. There's been songs like people hated that's on the radio, but they eventually started like it. They get used to it. They get conditioned to it. Why? Because that's what's available.
Right.
What else? What else? Like you think about like before iTunes and before Apple Music and Spotify. Like only thing that people had to listen to was the fucking radio.
Yeah.
So if somebody's giving you something and that's the only thing available, is some like you don't have anything else to compare it to for it to say, oh, this is better or that's better.
You're comparing it to what's available.
What's available. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
that's a fact. And radio is interesting now because I would say it's dying, I guess. Radio is dying. But is it dying? Because now we got podcasts. It's just kind of like we went from going from...
It's just on the internet.
Yeah. We went from going from the radio to not really wanting to hear niggas talk.
Yeah.
Unless it was like a big show to now we want to hear niggas talk and add music. Like, it's crazy. But...
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
People make it seem like podcasting, like that idea was so new. And I'm like... I don't know why people look at this as like a new thing. There was always talk shows on radio.
I think the audio is the new part. The fact that... Well, not even though, because just like you said, it's not. But I think the audio is more popular in the sense of like people listening to Earn Your Leisure or the Joe Budden podcast without looking at it, right? But when you think about it, like I went to school for media comm, bro. So I remember studying this shit that was about. It was a radio show, and they were doing this fiction story about like aliens coming back. And, you know, ruining the city or something. But the city that they were talking about, they were planted in that city. So the people listening think it's real because they're listening on the radio. This is a legitimate source of information at the time. But it's just a story. It's a story podcast pretty much. Yeah. And they're telling a story, the sky falling, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Aliens come back and people believe it. But just to your point, they've been doing that. This is radio before TV. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo... I mean, like it's dope. I think maybe the difference is like okay, it's on the internet now. Like that's the difference.
Yeah,
it's funny how like slow technology moves because I remember on a little iPod, it had podcasts. Like it had a podcast section,
right?
But nobody really, you know what I'm saying, used it. Nobody,
right?
And now it's like so popular. And that was back in what 2005, 2006.
Steve Jobs a genius. Crazy,
it's crazy. And it's funny, like, I was just having this conversation with somebody. I was like, how the fuck did Apple Music end up being, like, lower on the totem pole with podcasts than Spotify? Because they had it so early. Like, Apple Music had it so early.
Right.
But who listens to a podcast on Apple Music?
Well, somebody said, yeah, that's a good point. Somebody said, it's a trend going around. One of the trending audios, it's terrible, bro, I didn't even know this. But one of the quotes is, not only did I do this, and not only can you do it, but you have everything I've done to use as example for how you can do it better. So they probably went in their bag, did the research. Why isn't Apple's working? You know what I'm saying? This is our competition. They had this product. How do we make our product better? Theirs isn't working because, what do y'all think?
Maybe they focusing, you know what I'm saying, on too much at one time.
Right.
Maybe we came in and said, okay, podcast, boom, that's our lane.
Right.
And we could take over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Nigga at Spotify, the CEO though, probably ain't ever made anything in his life creative.
You say he never made it?
Probably not, bro. He made Spotify.
He probably just had the ideas and said, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's focus on this.
But
it takes those type of people though.
It's mind blowing though, because he's like a colonizer in a sense, right? Now listen, hear me out though. Hear me out though. This is why he a colonizer. Or she, I don't know who the CEO of Spotify is. I hope you hear this. But here's this platform that the product is not made by the owner of the platform. The platform doesn't exist without the product. The owner of the platform pays the creators of the product pennies on a dollar. So you're getting a penny of a penny of a penny, right? In colonization, let's say we was in a colony and they like, yo, I'm trying to take Gravity Films, get it out the colony, you know what I'm saying? we not supporting the colony, whatever. I'm trying to get some money, whatever it is that you don't want to be in this situation anymore. You want to get the stuff yourself, you know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, bet. So you can borrow some money from us, from the bank, right? You can only borrow from these banks that we own. Then after you borrow, we're going to charge you interest and you're gonna pay us back. But you're gonna pay us back, and by the time you finish paying us back, you didn't even get any money. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Yeah. Like, it's colonial thought in the sense of you have somebody creating and doing all those things, making the labor, making the product, and then you're making billions off of this music, and they're making pennies on a dollar. Yeah. Yeah. And 100,000 songs get uploaded every day. Every day.
Yeah. That's crazy. And they like keep uploading shit. Even if people listen to your song 10 times, if it's 100 songs every day, 100,000 songs every day, and they listen to them 10 times, that's 1 million new plays. That, you know what I'm saying? That's 1 million new people that may come to our platform, so we can get the advertising dollars from those people every day.
And y'all not gonna get
nothing. Yeah. But that's business though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if that's what you sign up for, then you know what I'm saying, you know what you're expecting.
And it's like a monopoly in a sense, because you got Spotify, Apple Music, Jay-Z got Tidal. Jay-Z is a genius for Tidal, because he's like, all right, y'all gonna pay us pennies on the dollar? I'm finna pay these niggas pennies on the dollar. I don't think that's how he thought about it, but I do think that, obviously Tidal's black owned, and Tidal gives more money to artists than, Apple and Spotify.
Yeah, they do.
But what I've learned is the best way, and what I'm doing and trying to do better, is sell direct to customer. Yeah. Just like Nip was doing, or like Prince talked about. I know about LaRussell, of course.
Yeah. I said, LaRussell's snapping right now.
LaRussell is
that's the model.
Yeah, he's a prototype, bro. That nigga's like iRobot. You know what I'm saying?
I think people were doing it, but the way he did it, I like his branding. I like the way he markets himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's very intentional. So the way he did it was like, oh, okay. Then he gives his lessons on his page and stuff like that.
The free game and all that.
The free game, and I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? That makes it like, damn, I could do this shit too.
Yeah, like I'm really a part of this too. I'm a part of this history. And bro, so I had an album listening party on Friday for Generational Cursive. I was gonna make, I don't know if I should even say this. I gotta think about it if I want to say it. Anyways, I was gonna make an app for my project. A little bit closer. Oh yeah, I was gonna make an app for my project, but a piece that I want to make sure that I have more of before I go direct to consumer, which probably won't be through an app, was what I realized, is I need a bigger following. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily need a bigger following, but, if I have 10,000 people that are interested in my music versus 1,000 people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to sell a project to you, I don't got to even worry about, putting it on Apple and Spotify. Because what LaRussell's doing is, he's selling it direct to customer, right? Early. You buy it 2-3 weeks, maybe a month early. Then he puts it on the streaming services. Yeah, so he's getting the bag. Smart. You're getting, and when you buy it, he's giving points. Points are pretty much like credits, or he's giving splits. A split is like, I have 100% of the song. Damn, I have 100% of the song. The nigga who made the beat might get 50. He might get 25 if I got a feature. But the way he doing it is, you buy this album or you buy this single, you get a percentage of the money that we make off of streaming. So you're incentivized to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Also, by you being incentivized to buy it, as I make money, you're going to make money. So you're going to tell people about my music because you want other people to listen to it because it's going to make you more money.
That's a smart man.
Bro.
That's a smart man.
Nigga crazy, bro.
Dude that just came in the room, he make apps. So, you know what I'm saying?
I would need the amount of money I would need to make an app. Not saying I ain't going to do it, but I'm like, I'll take that money and put it somewhere else first.
Yeah, first. You know what I'm saying?
But nah,
maybe you can make a website. You can have a website, and then, website way cheaper for the time being, and you can sell direct to consumer on the website.
And I have a website, Kelo.info. That's my Instagram and my website, Kelo.info. And what LaRussell does is, or how he started it, he's built a program for it now, but how he started to offer to pay is what he calls it is, it's just submission based. You know what I'm saying? That form, that contact form, pretty much. You make a form like that. You put a default donation amount. You can put anything, but he might start it at $1,000, right? Because somebody just gonna leave it like that and pay for it. But like even with his concert tickets and all that, he's doing name, number, offer. They review the offers, accept, decline, and then let you know. You know what I'm saying? On an email type shit, pretty much like Google Forms, pretty much what this nigga was using off rip. And it's like it works when you have that strong following, but you want to be able to eliminate as many steps as you can for people on their phone because people got a lower attention span. How do I get somebody to go from never seeing me before to buying my album from me? You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting
What do you
thing.
think those steps are?
What do I think those steps are? Have a great product is the first step. You know what I'm saying? Can't be the mid. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, niggas can get mid anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's the first step?
I mean,
only reason why I'm saying that, right?
Right.
Is because I think.
Because you don't think that's the first step.
I don't think it's the first step.
But,
Because do people buy because something's good, or do people buy? Okay, I think some people do buy because something is good, but I think more people buy because their emotions. They're emotionally invested. You know what I mean? So like when I do interviews with people, at the end I always ask them, what do you stand for? Because if somebody were to watch your interview and say, hey, do I fuck with this person? You know what I'm saying? And then they hear what you stand for at the end, they be like, oh, I do fuck with this person. I want to support this individual because their emotions are now invested.
A reason, pretty much, is
yeah.
the first thing you saying.
Yeah.
Kind of like a reason or a
like what is this person
attachment.
like? Because you may listen to somebody's music, you may relate and relate to their ideals. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that may make them become emotionally connected with you. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's deep, bro. I agree with that. Because
like what makes the product great?
But I'm saying if Nike would have came out with Jordans and there was no Michael Jordan,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no emotional investment.
There's no.
I'm emotionally invested in who I think is the, not per se for me, but like the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah,
the ball nigga on the TV that's hitting game winning shots on all my favorite team. You know what I'm saying?
That's who you fuck with.
I'm emotionally invested in that. So I definitely dig what you're saying. And my uncle talk about it all the time, bro. Is having a product packaged correctly. So that's why when I say product, I'm saying that's the thing. But just like you saying, that emotion or that reason, that why, that'll make somebody come from a stranger to an advocate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rock with this because they stand for this, just like you said.
Exactly.
So yeah, I do think that matters the most, bro. That's deep.
Yeah. Cause I think about it. I think all this shit about like maybe like a relationship. You know what I mean? Like the girl that a guy mess with the most, be the girl that they connect with. You know what I'm saying? They'll do stuff for that girl. They'll where you want to go? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they'll invest in that person because they emotionally connected. They have respect and they have love for that individual.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
That's
like,
a fact.
Yeah. So
that's a fact.
Like so, you know, me as an artist myself, I also think like when I start dropping music again, like, okay, how are people gonna know who I am? You know what I mean? Like, you know, LaRussell, like you see LaRussell, his hair be fucked up. Nigga, he wear some slides. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. I was dead ass ain't brush my beard before I came in this bitch. I was like, this nigga LaRussell ever brush his shit, I'd be all right. I saw that nigga with a fade on the gram one time. I said, this nigga doing all right. He got a fade.
Finally.
This nigga Russell on one.
That nigga don't be licking his lips. I be like, nigga, you need some chopstick, nigga.
Hey, that nigga still ice cold. And he know it.
Hard though.
He know it. So it's like, it don't really matter.
Well, people love it though. You know what I'm saying? People connect with that, you know?
As long as he don't get to the KD level, he's straight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. KD's out of pocket. You seen KD? Out of pocket.
Yeah, he know better than that.
Shout out to the KD podcast, though. I'd love to be on that junk. He out of pocket.
Well, brush your hair, nigga. I got they're $1 Dollar Tree.
Come on
you
now.
can get a brush.
Come on now.
So, where do you plan? Like, what's your plans for the music? You know what I mean? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Matter of fact, where do you see yourself by the end of 2023? Because I think we always look at long term, you know what I mean? But nobody really knows what's going to happen in 5 years. Like, nobody really knows what's going to happen 3 months from now. What do you see yourself doing in 3 months?
Right. In 3 months, what do I see myself doing? I see myself producing more and bigger events that are already, you know, in the planning process. I see myself focusing more on establishing myself, you know, financially. You know what I'm saying? That's a big goal for me this year, is being able to pick up and go and do whatever at any time because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I can't do everything, but yeah, in the next 3 months, producing bigger shows, being more financially stable and what do you want to call it? Applicable, and then what is it? January, February, March. Yeah, some in the water in April, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So yeah, in 3 months we going up. You know what I'm saying? We going up, bro. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you.
So last but not least, like you talked about something in the water, right? And
Yeah.
it's a, Virginia festival.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the scene of Virginia right now?
How do I feel about the scene of Virginia? How do I feel about the scene of Virginia? I think there is a lot more opportunity than maybe other places. I feel like people take a lot of things for granted for the scene in Virginia. I think that what I see in Virginia is it's almost like people are either trying to save or like maintain that Missy Pharrell, Pusha T culture, or I don't know exactly which one it is, or like people are really out here trying to curate their own motion and their own culture because like Virginia, not Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the network and the bandwidth of what's going on musically, right? As far as, I can't go to Loud House Studios today, you know what I'm saying, unless I go to Atlanta. But I think the scene in Virginia has hope. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it has a lot of talent, a lot of great messages. The talent out here is crazy, bro. The only thing is
really crazy.
It's actually like
it's retarded.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The only thing is in 2 years, half of the people won't be doing it anymore, or they're gonna be doing something different, or it ain't gonna be the same for them. Not that somebody else won't pop up.
Niggas done quit and shit.
Yeah, bro. Like I promise you, I know at least 150 artists in Virginia. I might take 5 of them serious. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like you really, really, really trying. You seem like you actually have a goal. You know what I'm saying? You're not just doing this because it's fun, or you trying to be on hoes, or you want money. You know what I'm saying? Like you with it for the culture. And it might not be hip hop. It might be alternative rock and jazz. You know what I'm saying? But like the business side of it, I think is what Virginia needs a lot of help with. And bro, I'm not Diddy or anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the business side of it, the acumen in the business, like I just know how to operate good business. You know what I'm saying? So I apply that to music. So I ain't looking at it as a music business.
Give these artists a tip on how to operate business as an artist.
One, you want to start a business. A lot of artists don't have businesses. I would say, niggas might have merch and hoodies and stuff. Not even that, but like get you merch and hoodies.
Niggas do really.
Yeah, you're bugged out, bro. I don't even want to do the show if I don't have merch or hoodies.
Get you a heat press, get you some vinyl, get you a vinyl cutter. Start from there.
Right. Stop doing shows for free. Even if you do it for free, have merch so you make money. Nothing should be for free. You know what I'm saying? I would say too, like I said, start a business because you go viral on TikTok tomorrow, bro, and you don't got no business license. Who don't get the money to? I don't know, bro. I don't know too much. Don't take too much from me. But I would definitely say look into the type of business you want to build. Take yourself seriously. Build you a nice team. Brand yourself. You know what I mean? Like when I say brand yourself, everything I got on is Kelo. You know what I'm saying? Like the jacket, the hoodie, the sweatpants, the Crocs match the bucket hat. This is my man's bucket hat. That ain't even necessarily branding, but like it's just to show you that like I take this seriously. You know what I'm saying? So I just think you got to understand that business-wise, nobody going to take you as serious as you don't take yourself. Right. Yeah. So do good business, bro. Build great relationships. I think the relationships and people who already do what you're trying to do is what's going to help you the most. Because I got a little bit of game from everybody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I ain't get no game from you, then I ain't talk to you no more. You know what I mean? If we can't add value to each other, what we doing?
Yeah. What's the point?
What we doing?
Nah, I think, and I think a lot of people look at relationships with people or individuals. It could be your brother. It could be your friend. I feel like it always has to have a mutual benefit. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's, I just like being around my friend because he's cool. That nigga funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's just cool to be with. Yeah. Like, I think people have to realize how they can provide value too.
Yeah.
Instead of, just asking somebody for something.
Yeah. And if you can't add value, pay them.
Pay them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can figure out, like, if I want something done, I'll be like, hey, y'all need some videos done. You need a commercial.
Right.
You
know what I'm
this,
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need. If we can't do that, if I can't figure out something that I have that you may want,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, then I'll pay them. You know what I mean?
Or and one thing I learned is to try to start asking too. You know, where do you need help with? How can I
assist?
How can I add to what you're already doing? You know what I'm saying? I know you're doing this well. What you feel like you could do better? You know what I'm saying? Because if a nigga tell you what they need help with and you can do that,
do it.
You know what I'm saying? But some niggas will be like, you know, I can't add any value to what you're doing and we're not gonna pay you.
They're lazy.
So what are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Like, why would I help you?
But nah, bro, you gotta understand. That's another thing about. I don't think that's just in Virginia. I think it's a lot of places, especially with the internet. You might have a DJ. You're looking for a DJ, and you need a DJ for the night, and so want to charge $150 an hour. But old dude from around the way that's got a good following on Instagram, he'll do it for $500 flat. You know what I'm saying? So then you're almost diluting the pool of talent. You know what I'm saying? Because you just trying to get a quick flip, you trying to get a bag, and this nigga over here, you know, took him his whole lifetime to do what he do. You know what I mean? But I ain't knocking nobody. Get your bag. I want to see niggas eat always. But like, it's interesting to sit back and look, bro, because like you said, a lot of people are clicked up. I don't feel like I run with a clique, bro. More often than not, I'm by myself. So, you know, I always just be looking, bro. I just be watching. Words are overrated. I try not to talk too much, even though I be talking a lot. I really try not to say nothing, like, and just listen and see how people moving, bro, because I can learn something from almost everybody. I would hope. Shit.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You had said something, and you were saying that there's not a lot of opportunity out here, or it's like more opportunity in different places, in other places than it is in Virginia. Do you believe that's the case, or do you believe that a lot of people don't create their own opportunities?
As we pour up the other drink.
You know, because I feel like people are waiting for, like we talked about before we got on camera and shit, like people play the lottery.
Right.
They waiting on somebody to say, when they waiting on Pharrell to say, when they waiting on Pusha T to say, when they waiting on Missy Elliott to come through and reach from the sky and be like, oh,
right.
I
got a
fuck with
deal for you.
Yeah, I got a deal for you.
Never.
You
know why? Because ain't nobody do that for them. I don't think there's no opportunity in Virginia. I think there's a lot of opportunity in Virginia. I think that, and a great example is R&B Block Party. You saw the R&B Block Party?
Yeah.
Some good-minded black people got together, had an idea, wanted to do something, did it, and ran it back, and it went good each time. So I think there's great opportunity, especially in Hampton Roads. Hampton Roads is number 10, is the 10th highest populated metropolitan area for African-American people in America.
I did not know that.
In America.
Wow.
What's the junk called? We Transfer recognized Norfolk, Virginia as one of the areas in America that uses the most data on We Transfer for creative projects.
Wow.
So I think that Hampton Roads has a lot of great opportunities, especially because we about to go up, bro. Like the casino coming. They talking about building a new venue in Norfolk, you know what I'm saying, for events. Like, it's ways to go. I just feel like we would have more opportunity if we work together instead of everybody's almost kind of going after the same bags, it seems like. Like, you'll do an event, but so-and-so doing an event over here, that's pretty much the same thing. Like, what if we did that event together and went together? So I think there's opportunity. I'm just saying, like, in comparison to somewhere like Atlanta,
yeah,
it's different. It's not to say, though, because you have a phone, you got the internet at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? So you can be in Bedford, Virginia, you know what I'm saying, getting off on the gram, getting off on TikTok, and be in China.
Yeah, so it's like,
you just got to try, bro. Most people don't try.
You just got to try. And it's other things, right? I feel like we're not privy to certain information that people from other cities may be privy to. Like, you go to L.A., you know what I'm saying, they know about marketing, they know about PR, they know about branding. They, you know what I'm saying, they have certain infrastructures and places that all these artists go to get verified, to get fucking, you know what I'm saying, all their shit going up. And we don't know anything about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think we're a lot of information Virginia is not privy to. You know, it's going to take that one person to be like, one person to blow off of their business model or their marketing model for other people to like, you know what I'm saying, follow that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. Like, we just don't know what to do. Like, how do we, like, I think, you know, as me being a videographer, people just want to drop songs on my channel and not put any money behind it, not put any marketing. I'm like, it's like playing the lottery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're expecting this shit to go up.
Yeah.
Nothing goes up like that.
Yeah.
It's literally like 1 in a million.
And then you got like My Block Live. You paying for them joints.
Yeah.
And Gifted Hands was on that joint. Millions of views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to show that, just like you saying, when you put the seriousness, consistency, and the bread behind your brand, bro, I feel like it's only a matter of time before it hit. But yeah, but the free stuff, the sporadic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I just try to do a lot of research and a lot of listening. Bro, I'm damn near addicted to Earn Your Leisure. But even the different people they have on there about YouTube thumbnails or like video captions or, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went to school for the marketing. So I have a good idea of the marketing, how to make an ad engaging. Like, I know that video content is the most engaged with content in the entire world. YouTube is the biggest platform in the world, and it's videos. You know what I'm saying? Reels, you know what I'm saying? That's why they're so big, because it's video, stuff like that. So I do think understanding that is necessary. And even going back to opportunity in Virginia, there's an opportunity in Virginia to give master classes on marketing and PR.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ain't a bad idea, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Talk about that later. Shit,
nah, we gotta do something like that. You know, in this building, they got classrooms, they got all of that shit.
That's fire.
So, like, literally, as we leaving type shit, it's a classroom on the right side. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much shit that people can do. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I think, cause I've tried to do classes like that, but I think what people need to see is that one rapper that says, like, all right, boom, this is how I did it. This is how I got there. This is the money that I made this month. I made $100,000 this month, and I did it this way. Y'all want to come to my class and see how I did it? Y'all can come.
Right.
But I think people are skeptical until they see that proof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Niggas say people not gonna start rocking with you till they see people rocking with you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It may be those few people
Right.
that are leaders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people are leaders and they don't need anybody else to validate what the fuck they do.
And they say the problem with most people is that they conform. I feel like, I know I keep mentioning my uncle, bro. My uncle, like my OG, he say this all the time, bro. Is the problem with most people is that they conform. And I do think a lot of people just do what they feel like everybody else is doing or what they feel like they're supposed to do, or like, you know, like, bro, I just made a whole project, right? I made an album, Generational Cursive, and I could just drop the album. But everybody just dropping albums, and everybody got music.
What's going to make your movement different?
Right. What can I do that's not different? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that it is different, because, like, you know, Drake ain't about to just drop an album tomorrow. If he do, it's different because he's Drake. He's Drake.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, though, even if he does, it might not be as successful as if he built it up.
Dropped his album differently. Like, if he came out with a magazine like Frank Ocean or something. You know what I'm saying? Frank Ocean.
I ain't know about the magazine. The Frank Ocean magazine?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Frank Ocean had a Blonde magazine when he dropped Blonde and shit like that.
Like a collectibles item?
Yeah.
That's hard.
You feel me?
That's
like
hard.
something different like that. Like, that's going to separate you, or that's going to make people interest. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, he got a magazine. Oh, he's selling direct to consumer. Oh, he had a fucking album signing at a pop-up shop, a smoker's pop-up shop or some shit like that.
See, I'm doing, with my project, Generational Cursive, I'm doing a scholarship, bro. So for everything that anybody purchases from me, $1 goes to the scholarship. The goal is to give a $1,000 scholarship this fall, $1,000 scholarship next spring to an African-American student at a HBCU or PWI.
That's amazing.
Or like a high school student going into school, whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
people can do a lot with $1,000. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I know so many books.
Yeah.
And I know so many stories about, because I never went to like a university, but from what I know, you know, kids at the university be broke as shit. Like ramen noodles.
Bro, I used to get loose off $20, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Recession now, you know, hit like it used to, but bro, I used to get loose off $20, $30, bro. I'd be good for a week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So if you give a student $1,000, that mean a lot.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Especially if especially if like maybe your financial aid didn't cover your books and you don't got no way to get books because you ain't working yet or whatever. Like, you can use that $1,000 for room and board. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro. I think anything helps because, that shit expensive, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I ain't have the most scholarships in the world, but I'm a first generation college student. So I learned that scholarships, bro, shorty I was dating after I left college, scholarships pay for everything. Her whole joint. Her mom had her applying for scholarships over the summer during school. I wasn't as aware, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have right. So but now I'm like, wow, I see how, so I told my sister, like, you need, you know what I mean? Like my little sister, scholarships is low key the plug, bro. Like they giving out money. You'd be a fool
We're just not
try.
aware of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Most definitely.
That's a fact. I don't know where my drink went. It's crazy.
That shit disappeared.
I don't need it anyways all the time.
So tell the people exactly what you stand for.
Tell the people exactly what I stand for in 40 seconds. What I stand for black people. I stand for anybody that stands for themselves. I stand for people who have a dream. I stand for providing to our youth, to making good music, making sure that hip hop is sustained. And ultimately, I stand for creating your own narrative. It's on a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you got going on, no matter who you are, where you are, what happens to you in life, you have the ability and the mastery of your life to make anything happen. You know what I'm saying? So I stand for believing in yourself. And that's really it, man. I stand for Generational Cursive. It's coming out soon.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So Gravity Films.
I stand for Gravity Films, man.
Oh,
Come
God.
on now.
Gravity Films, Kelo, and we out.
My boy. My nigga.